Hallo und willkommen. Ich bin Meister Lehns and you're watching Get Germanized. Is Oktoberfest really worth it?
All on board. What should I do?
Ah, ich weiß.
Well, that is a question that I have been asked many times, and I've actually asked that myself as well, because I remember clearly the first time I went, everything was so magical, everything was so, well, it was just great, so new. Well, I say new, to a German, these things are moderately new. Not 100% new, because beer fests and Schützenfest, as we call them, hunters festivals, are pretty much, well, anywhere in Germany. You will find them all over the place. Not all year round necessarily, but very regularly, annually at least. And so every German has seen a beer fest before. I mean, those of us who enjoy socializing in public and drinking beer or consuming large amounts of alcohol in general. I was not that kind of person when I grew up, to be fair. I was more the nerdy, I mean, I'm still nerdy, but I have come to enjoy a glass of alcohol or two every now and then, right? But as a kid, or like I should say as a teenager, 13, 14, I just wouldn't have it. I wasn't interested. All my friends were drinking, or many of my friends were drinking already. And I was just like, nah, I don't like the taste. And then they said, oh, it's not about the taste, you get used to it. I'm like, but what is it for then? And well, yeah, this video is not about me discovering alcohol, obviously. But anyway, those people who like alcohol and beer and stuff have seen a beer fest in Germany as a German, most likely. And the Oktoberfest is basically just a massive beer fest in that respect. It is, well, nicer because it has these super huge beer tents, those party tents, they call them, Festzelte. I've actually filmed there. I will try to include some clips of the Oktoberfest while I talk about it. I've made many videos about it and explained the varieties of it as well and the traditions that come along with the Oktoberfest in Germany. So if you're looking for that, there's going to be separate videos linked in the video description. But yeah, these Festzelte, these beer tents, they're just super large. I can just repeat myself over and over. If you haven't seen one in person, then you should. That's just worth it going to the Oktoberfest alone for that. They're pretty. They have a band playing inside of them, many beer sets, beer bench sets or beer fest sets, whatever you call them, Bierzelt-Garnitur we call them. A garnitur is not like a garniture, is that even an English word? I don't know, but it is just a set of benches and a table with a tablecloth that is mostly, I would say, some plastic-like material so you can wipe it off easy. That's basically a Bierzelt Garnitur. And that's in there, and lots of drunken people, stereotypically all wearing lederhosen since the Oktoberfest is in Munich. So yeah, that might be, I mean, that even for me was a sight to see, a sight to behold, because I've not grown up in Bavaria. I have not seen men and women in lederhosen and dirndl. I should put emphasis on women in lederhosen as well. Like, that's not gender specific necessarily. Women have to, well, women have come to like the lederhosen style as well. It looks very nice on women as well. They have these shorter types of lederhosen sometimes. Not really like a hot pants, but similar, I suppose. No, very nice. And so yeah, that is definitely interesting for me, and it was fun, especially with friends, having reserved spots on the table because they got their tickets for the Oktoberfest through one of their companies. And so I was lucky enough to be able to go with that group, and they had reserved seats, so they didn't have to fight and kill other people for seats, because that can happen at the Oktoberfest sometimes. You don't have to kill anyone, obviously, but you have to, you know, be lucky to get a spot in one of the big tents. Sorry if I sound a bit weird, I'm still a bit congested, I'm struggling through a bit of a cold still. But yeah, that is what you can expect. Lots of Bavarians and foreigners in lederhosen and dirndl, lots of beer, lots of Spätzle. That's like the German mac and cheese. I know not really, but that's like the closest thing, or that's easiest to explain it with. Obviously it's different noodles and whatnot, and it's different. It's not the same, I know, but just for, you know, the sake of simplicity, let's say it's German mac and cheese. And we have sauerkraut there, we have Eisbein and everything meat related that you can imagine. Of course there are, like I said, the Spätzle if you're a vegetarian, and other dishes that you can, oh nice car, that you can enjoy. And yeah, other than that, there's rides all over the place. It's basically like a big fun fair with beer tents and lots of drinking. I mean, a fun fair is probably with a place where lots of drinking usually happens anyway. I suppose in other countries, I don't know. In Germany, definitely. I mean, yeah, lots of drinking. But oh shit, the sun is bright. But yeah, lots of roller coasters, even though they have one roller coaster in specific that I recall. It has these Olympic rings on them, and that looked really cool, I thought. They even had those, or this specific roller coaster at the Freimarkt in Bremen, which is, well, not a knockoff version of the Oktoberfest, obviously, but it can be compared because it has big beer tents as well, and it has roller coasters, or that one at least, and it has lots of rides, similar to the Oktoberfest. You've seen my videos probably. So all of that, for a first-time visitor, I would say the Oktoberfest is definitely worth it, because it's just a lot of fun, especially if you go with friends. You will just have the time of your life. I met so many cool people there. I mean, I say cool, they were just drunk and friendly. Not sure if they were cool in real life as well. Because the Oktoberfest, keep in mind, is not real life. It is a very strange experience. Germans are not like that every day. Definitely not, and no one can be that way every day. But I mean, that's what makes it special, right? It's an annual celebration of beer, and it's just festivities and fun. So I like it. The second time around, when I went, well, a couple of years ago, it was still cool, but it was just kind of more of the same, to be honest. I still had fun. I still made a video, but like the first time I went, I made two videos, sorry, or even three, I think. And then the second time around, it just ended up being one video, because I thought, well, this is just kind of the same as last year. I'm not showing anyone anything new. So keep that in mind. I mean, for the first time visit, you're gonna have so much fun. It's gonna be like, you're gonna be like a kid in a candy store if you enjoy these types of social gatherings. It's gonna be great. Second time around, still cool, but not as cool anymore. And you see the cracks to appear, or the vomit and the drunk people in some areas, and some people, I have heard, I have not experienced this myself, even pee under the beer tables inside the tents because they don't want to give up their spots if they don't have a reserved spot. That's super disgusting. Please don't do that. And some people even smoke in the toilets in the tents, because if you leave the tent even to smoke, chances are that if it's full, or if it's almost full, you're not gonna get in again. That happened before to a friend of mine. So it's not the norm that happens, but it can happen. So be careful and wary of that. So es ist nicht alles Gold, was glänzt, we say in German. It's not all gold that shines. And definitely Oktoberfest is a lot of fun. It has negative sides as well, of course. I mean, some people just can't handle alcohol. They get aggressive and crazy when they drink. So I mean, I haven't experienced that because everyone was friendly while I was around, but it happens. So keep that in mind and just be ready for that in general. I mean, anywhere where you go to drink, you should be ready for some a-holes doing a-hole stuff. You know, they're a-holes. What else did you expect from a-holes? I mean, assholes, for those who don't. Yeah. And I would say definitely go to the Oktoberfest and let me know your experience. I hear so many people that are super excited about it. Maybe they've seen the movie Beer Fest or whatever and think it's like that. Kinda, not really, but a little bit similar, I suppose. And you will have fun. It is worth it, at least for a while, until you don't like it anymore. I mean, the locals, they even go as far as to go on holiday while the Oktoberfest is happening sometimes, or some of them. Not all of them, some like it. I think the locals go like in the first week of the Oktoberfest mostly, and then stay far away from it for the rest, because that's when all the tourists get there and the real craziness starts. So yeah, I mean, Arnold Schwarzenegger goes there every year as well. I think Arnold Schwarzenegger, it's his birthday on the 22nd of September or something like that, and he celebrates it on the Oktoberfest. So if you want to see some celebrities, chances are that could happen, but they even have their own tent at the Oktoberfest. It's called the Käferzelt, the bug tent, I think, like a little crawly bug. Not sure if that's the correct one. I think that's it. Not sure if you will be let in. I mean, some of my friends have managed to get in. I never tried. I'm really not interested in these kinds of things. Like, oh, celebrities, wow, so crazy. Like, I don't know. I mean, there might be nice people and stuff, but like sneaking in to annoy people that just want to celebrate in peace and quiet because they're celebrities and otherwise never get the chance, only if they have their own separate tent. It is just not an attractive idea to me, but whatever floats your boat, man. And yeah, I think hopefully you've now learned the ups and downs of the Oktoberfest a little bit better, and can make a decision, an educated decision, I should say, a learned decision, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe, follow me on my social media, links in the video description, and consider supporting me on Patreon, because you guys support these videos. You are basically the sponsors of every single video of mine. Yeah, thank you again for that, and apart from that, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to get Germanized. Goodbye and auf Wiedersehen.